boy Free Smoke Dixon. Just want to do a quick introduction to myself. I'm a up and coming pro fighter. I love the freaking boxing game, so I just want to come out here actually and talk about the game, talk about fights that's going on actually in the game right now, and eventually talk about upcoming fights. We're just gonna be focusing on boxing, but starting next week, I just want to talk about crazy shit that's just happening just in the world and my thoughts about that. But this week I just want to keep it straight boxing for now, and I want to talk about that card that happened down in Brooklyn last. So the first fight that kind of just I had to freaking talk about was the Jermall Charlo fight versus Jorge Sebastian. Now this Jorge Sebastian guy is on paper a great fighter. So this guy Jorge Sebastian is a pretty good fighter. He's been the #1 contender for the IBF for a while now. He's even fought some decent fighters on his way up. He's even has a KO win over Matthew Macklin. So as you can see, this guy was apparently no slouch. But what was kind of crazy was just that I don't even know how to say this. This guy fully had like a bum leg or something like that in the ring. So like, he'd be in the ring boxing, and then like he'd be like looking like this, looking all crazy, man. He wouldn't even be able to like push off his back foot or nothing. He was just kind of shaking around and doing that, and it was embarrassing. It was absolutely embarrassing. It was a strange situation throughout the fight. The doctors were worried. They were constantly checking on him and stuff like that. Obviously something was wrong. But on the other hand, Jermall Charlo did a absolute amazing job. His form was excellent the whole fight. His jab was working beautifully. He always kept like the right range. Even when he was moving side to side or moving around, he never moved right out of the way. He was always in the action, always ready to work, always ready to fire off shots. Excellent middleweight debut for Jermall. Can't wait to see what he's going to be able to do in the future. I'm pretty sure, most of the fans, I know including myself, for sure, will be excited to see him go in with a Danny Jacobs, Gennady Golovkin, Canelo Alvarez in the future. In the post-fight press conference, he said he can still make 154. I don't really know if there's any real fights at 154 other than really his brother, and I'm pretty sure he ain't going to really like trying to be fighting his bro like that. Like, yeah, they're competitive, but usually brothers don't usually fight each other. So yeah, man, great fight. Can't wait to see what's next from Jermall, not Jermell, Jermall. And yeah, like, you know what I mean, like man, great first middleweight outing. Also, I hope Jorge doesn't get too discouraged from this. Man, I get it when you got a bag on the line, right? You know what I mean? And the commission like, yo, like they checking you, whatever, like that, like, yo, like what's your leg looking like? What's your leg looking like? You know what I mean? You're gonna be doing anything you can to get in the ring to get that bag. So yeah, like Jorge, I'm guessing he knew he was injured before the fight, but I ain't gonna blame him because like, you know what I mean, he put in probably like a really good training camp in, whatever like that. He probably needed the bag, so he's just like, yo man, like, let me just, get in there and see if I can just wing something at least so I can get this check and then freaking go home. So hopefully Jorge, he's a good fighter. He could recover well and come back and hey, maybe maybe a rematch, man. But like, you can't be coming back in the ring with a bum leg like that, man. Like, you gotta be 100% next time, all right? Now we gotta talk about this Adrian Broner versus Mikey Garcia fight. First off, let's go on about Mikey Garcia, right? Because, man, there's just so much stuff to go on about Broner. It's just crazy. So, first off, I gotta say, congrats to Mikey Garcia. You did an amazing job against Adrian Broner. Your form looked excellent the whole night. You kept your offense super tight. So like, even when you were missing shots and stuff like that, there wasn't really too many openings for Broner to kind of counter you back. or anything like that. So yeah, you did an awesome job. Good showing at 140. You know what I mean? If you could still go down to 135, you know what I mean? I think that might still be a little bit better for Mikey. You know what I mean? At times, Broner did seem a little bit, you know, his size did seem to sort of come through a little bit in the fight in the few times where he actually tried to do something or try to rough him up and move him, whatever like that. So I would say like, yeah, like, you know what I mean, chill around 140 if you could get like a big fight with like a Terrence Crawford or whatever like that, because it'll be totally worth the money. But otherwise, yeah, see what you can, you know, get popping over at 135, man. You did awesome. Can't wait to see you fight again. Keep it going. Now for Adrian Broner. Man, I think Adrian Broner is going to be a cautionary tale of untapped potential. You see, we all know that Adrian Broner is a super talented guy, and not only is he super talented, he's actually really marketable. He's a likable guy. But as you can see, still to this point in his career, whatever he had going on outside the ring definitely did catch up to him. You know what I mean? People were saying it was kind of disrespectful, the Vegas odds, because Mikey Garcia was such a prohibited favorite. But as you can see, yeah, like, you know what I mean? Adrian Broner was serious in training camp for this fight. He came in shape. The lead up, he looked in shape the whole time. And, you know what I mean? He did great for the 8 weeks. But, you know what I mean? 8 weeks can't take away years of foolishness. So can Adrian Broner rebuild? Yeah, I think he can rebuild, but he's gonna have to take time and kind of, you know, figure it out, build his record up the right way, do different things that he needs to do. Either way, you know, I definitely don't want to see Adrian Broner in a championship fight for a while. I definitely think he needs to maybe be on a couple undercards, or even if he is the main event, he's gonna have to fight a couple of lesser guys to kind of, you know, get him back into the groove. You know what I mean? Get back into the lifestyle of boxing. You know what I mean? And be actually about boxing. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? And forget all the about billions and all this whatever like that, because you ain't making no $1 billion, man. Not like that. Like, you know what I mean? It's great that you're marketable, but your marketability only freaking is valuable like if you're actually good, if you could win. Like, you know what I mean? And if you can't win against big fights, all your big fights you've lost. You lost against Mikey Garcia. You've lost against Sean Porter. You've lost against Marcos Maidana. So every major fight that you had that you really was, okay, we'll see where this guy's talent really gonna take him, he lost. And I just think he more lost not because that he didn't have skills to beat these guys, but more in the sense that he just was concentrated on whatever stupid foolishness that wasn't even worth it outside the ring. So, you know, and like, you know what I mean? And not to mention too, like, not only did you lose pretty freaking convincingly, you also, man, like that post interview where you're like talking to Jim Gray, and then like, you know what I mean? It's like I'm still about billions, man. Like, you know, I'll be back. You know what I mean? And all these motherfuckers out here gonna be giving me their money or whatever like that. No, they're not, man. No, they're not. Like, you know what I mean? They're not gonna freaking be lining up to go see you, because they already know that if you're gonna fight somebody good, you're most likely just gonna lose. You're gonna have to prove yourself again, work your way back up, and then earn our trust to get our dollars again. Because I guarantee you right now, we don't really want to see you with any major fighter at the moment. You need to build yourself. I actually just want to thank anybody who actually did tune in. I'm actually having a lot of fun doing this, so I'm gonna do it whether you tune in or you don't. But if you do, I appreciate you. Next thing, people may be asking, well, why didn't you say something about the Mayweather McGregor All Access and all that? The first episode of All Access was just kind of just a recap of the press conferences and I think everyone's seen the press conferences to death. So next week, yeah, I'm gonna be doing an episode 2 review. Also next week, remember I want to do my crazy shit that I see in the week, cause trust me, you won't believe the crazy shit I hear and see every week. It's nuts. All right, and yeah, man. Tune in next time. I'm just gonna keep pumping on these videos, and stay tuned for when I actually have official announcements on when I got some pro fights going on and stuff. All right, thanks.
Adrian, don't you think it was pretty important for you to have more of a sense of urgency for the fight, since it seems you were losing quite a bit of rounds?
Well, I'm still about boxing. I'm still about billions. Shut the fuck up. I'll be back.